Up. Gonna take that to mean we are live, or will be very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the Storytime Network, where we are once again playing D&D. I'm, of course, your perpetually exhausted Brett Mill. I'm so tired right now. Joining me, of course, are my fellow players, Jack.
Hello, I am also tired because for some reason my brain wouldn't let me sleep properly last night. Yay.
That's why I always have an audiobook on. Focus on the words of the audiobook. Brain doesn't think. Also joined by Gen.
I'm in a hurricane.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that sounds fun.
if Gen goes offline, we'll know why. And Dylan.
If you're in California, don't forget to vote.
Oh,
No.
Oh joy. Don't remind me of that shit show.
Always remember to vote. Unless you're going to vote for a fascist, then don't bother.
Yeah, they
Let's
got
just
the
say that
hurricane over on the
California-
East Coast. We got a shitstorm over here. We got storms on either coast.
Yeah, all I will say about the California situation is please vote and leave it at that because it is a shit show.
And vote no if you're going to vote at all.
Please.
Of course, we also have our lovely GM Kaido, who, for some reason, hates Rua and wants him to die by Boneclaw.
I don't want him to die by Bone Claw.
Well, you're doing a very, very bad job at it because you keep impaling him.
Yeah, but Rue
Oh,
can
look at
teleport.
that. I've been impaled.
Rue has a bonus action teleport, and now he's not like super frail and weak like he was the first time. He's gone up like 4 levels since then.
I know, but still.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rua and uppers, last we left off with the 2 various parties, consisting of...
What's the relevant Doofenshmirtz quote?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the 2 nickels.
If I had a copper for every time Rua got impaled in front of us, I'd have 2 coppers, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yes, so we have the 2 squads of Daron, Aldane, and Rua, along with the other squad of Seamus, Felix, and Prody. 2 groups are separated by virtue of the avalanche that happened during the fights with the Yetis and then the big blue Oni bear-ish creature. Where you have no clue of what monster type it is. You woke up in various locations in different caves, with Felix, Prody, and Seamus waking up in a cave alone, with a letter by some of their belongings, telling them that they were fished out by this person, and said to use the cave for as long as they wanted, signed with the letter A.
Clearly from Akira.
I'm gonna find this asshole. It's not Akira.
Unfortunately, they lost some important pieces of gear. Felix losing his Wand of the Lightning Bolt, and Seamus losing his Amulet of Health,
And I'll be wanting that back.
along with Prody losing some of his snow gear.
Well, that's actually probably the most detrimental.
I don't think we asked him about that, did we?
I don't think so.
That's the first I'm hearing of it.
I feel like an asshole.
Yes, meanwhile...
Are we bad friends?
Meanwhile, Daron, Aldane, and Rua were woken up by the smell of food as they got to see a dire troll ready to cook a meal, very likely involving them.
You don't know that it was
when-
involving them. It might not have been.
Oh yeah,
He could have wanted to share the meal with them.
Yeah.
yes, and that's why he attacked you, even despite Rua's provocation. Also, the guy could not speak common. Anyway, But also, bearing in mind, dire trolls only become dire trolls because they've eaten other trolls.
Just because he's a
Anyway.
cannibal doesn't mean we should judge him.
Anyway,
Okay, come on. If there's anything you can, any one thing that you should be allowed to judge someone on, I think cannibalism should be up there.
getting off track.
Oh no.
Sorry.
It's fine. But yeah, Rua managed to hold off the troll until Aldane and Daron could fetch some gear to actually combat the creature in return. After some dick punching, shooting, and Aldane basically impaling the guy from the inside out with an icy divine smite, you checked your gear. Daron having lost the eyes of the eagle, Aldane having lost their the sword of warning, and Rua having lost some of his own gear. He did actually use quite a few items, just because, apart from the Moonblade, Rua doesn't have anything special to his name. But now the Moonblade is the only weapon he has on his person, because he came with a longbow and a dagger and a quarterstaff and lost all of them. Now Rua literally has no projectiles.
He don't need projectiles. He moves quick.
I mean, if an enemy's in the air, he physically can't do anything.
He can throw the Moonblade.
Yeah,
That
once.
seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yes. After that, eventually the group of Felix and Seamus decided to make their way out of the cave they were in after many attempts to contact via sending. They made their way along, only to find themselves basically out in pretty much a frozen lake or ocean. You aren't sure.
Mm.
All you know is that as you were going along, it was very wide and open, and you got to see the ripped apart corpse of a large insect known as a remahaz. The remahaz being a very dangerous burrower, very big, which means the thing that must have killed it must have been equally as big. Especially since it couldn't have been the Oni bear, because the Oni bear isn't able to make that deep of gashes. Could have been the ancient dragon, could have been another big creature. Well, you found out as you came across the thing that killed it, which was a rock. A very large bird that wasn't too pleased.
But it wasn't a rock.
Possibly,
It was a rock lobster. Sorry.
God damn it.
possibly because you're in its territory. You aren't sure. You were too busy dealing with the fact that in the end, the Oni bear came in and kind of secured the kill, and also helped. Didn't help though, as he kept jumping on it to the point where it fell in the hole of ice that it caused, which then led Seamus and Prody to be in the water. Thankfully, Prody wasn't left to drown despite his heavy armor, as the Oni bear threw him out and decided you guys weren't worth killing and left.
At that
Like a real
point,
homie.
like he might decide we're worth killing later.
Well, yeah, that's probably the point. It's waiting for you to become strong and have everyone together.
It wants a real challenge.
But anyway, yeah. After that, you guys were able to hastily find a cave to rest in, especially since Seamus and Prody were pretty much suffering from hypothermia. Prody worse off because he was in the ice longer and in more pain. Leaving Felix as pretty much the healthiest combatant, which is a scary prospect. Meanwhile,
Yep. But I think with Song of Rest and 2 hit dice, I actually like maxed my health back out, so I'm A-okay.
yeah, but you're still dealing with hypothermia.
Oh, does that add levels of exhaustion or something?
Well, Prody at least has a level of exhaustion because he failed his con save. Because bearing in mind, you were in icy water and then had to run
Yes.
out into more snow to find somewhere to get heat.
Yes.
Anyway, with the other group, after having dealt with the dire troll and given a moments of reprieve, Rua suggested, given his speed and his scouting ability, he would go out and look ahead, which Darren and Aldane were okay with. However, after a little too much time, Rua didn't come back. Thankfully, they were able to follow the trail and got to see him being impaled once again, this time by a different bone claw, but that's still not great either way. And I'm gonna bring you fellas to the map that I've prepared. As Rua is basically lifted a good 5 feet off the ground with the bone claws passing through him. You can see the other end of the claws,
Skyrot.
soaked in red,
I know.
as he's just. And you see the bone claw grinning menacingly before it turns to look at you and just says, "Ah, more." Initiative, fellas. Don't forget to click on your tokens. Good thing I kept the bone claw token.
Yeah.
I was ready to delete it, but I thought, you know what? I like bone claws. I'm gonna keep it.
Thanks, I think.
I mean, it could have been something much worse.
Yeah, it could have been.
Oof.
Could have been the dragon. Who knows?
So, no, you would have heard the dragon already. You might have even felt the dragon already. But enough of that. Dairon, it is your turn. What do?
Aim and I get on a knee and just aim and fire crossbow.
Yeah, go for it. Thank God you had a.
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. 26.
26 is a nicey chunk of nice chunk of damage as you basically shoot it right, pretty much like you shoot it through its gut, and you seemingly are able to see a hole in its stomach as you
Let
actually see,
him go.
as you basically see a bit of its spine fall out.
That was nasty.
The bone claw wins. She says, "Strong bodies, yes." And what will he do? I know what he will do. Would I count that as dim light? No, the shade isn't that good. But what he does do is I need to make a change. No. He will. I know what he will do. I'll just need to check. Oh, there he'll go. He pretty much wades through the snow. Fucking hell, loud ass bike. And pretty much hide behind this tree. So now he has some cover. At least, like, if you were to shoot immediately, you know, straight on. I would say because of his size, he would only get half cover. It also doesn't help the fact that he's also holding Rua in front of him, which makes any range shots a bit more tricky.
But I'm just so good at what I do.
Aldane.
Shit. Let's see how far. Alright, I'm going to dash over here. I'm going to use a bonus action. Cast. That's not it. What was it? Shield of Fate, that's what it was.
On whomst?
Rua.
Okay. He begins to glow with a light as he is protected. So, as he is impaled on the claw, from where the bone claw was, pretty much, like, you actually would see, like, a big trail of, like, blood in the snow. And you actually notice, Daron, because you would see it, some of these trees look freshly cut, with the same sort of, like, depth and, like, width of, like, a bone claw's claw, or maybe even a moonblade. But anyway, so Rua pretty much you start watching him as he's almost trying to pull himself away from the claw, as if he's moving himself along it. And the bone claw just grins and says, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." And Rua just spits blood in his face as platinum energy surrounds him, as he just says, "Don't fuck with me," and he activates his astral self.
He activates his trap card.
So I just need to check. I don't know why I always keep forgetting how much damage it is. So the Bone Claw has to make a dex save. Actually has very good dex saves. But it doesn't matter when you get a nat 3. So now he takes 2... I just need to check actually. Yeah, he takes 2d6. And takes 8 force damage. Which leaves him at that much. However, as he speaks, you actually hear almost like a second voice overlapping with his.
With the bone claw or Rua?
Rua. As basically, as he goes for a punch, he will make the punch. Let's see. Misses, but that's fine because he's going to go again. Does that hit? Oh my god, he missed both times. Well, what happens is that as a bonus action, he blinks away, moving 30 feet over to you, Aldane, as he uses his Shadakai teleport, as he is now wreathed in basically this ghostly essence, as he appears translucent, almost like he's become his own astral self. But as you look to him, Aldane, you actually see as his silhouette's changed. The gauntlets on his astral self seems to have formed more over his body. And it seems like now everything above the rib cage is covered in this astral self, even covering his head. But it's a bit hard to make out specific details while he's wraith-like and ghosty as he is. Daron, it's your move.
I'm gonna move up there. As I run up, I call out, "You know, you really need to stop getting impaled, Rua." as I do insightful fighting on the beast.
Alright.
That's a 16 because I'm doing
Yeah, because of your special thing where you can treat rolls under a 9, I believe, as a 10, is it?
it's anything 7 or lower is an 8
Ah, that's it.
for insight against lying. So 16.
Well, there's not really much for this bone claw to really lie about. It's either
Right, but it is a
deceit-
insightful fighting is against a deception check.
Yeah, I know. I just need to check his charisma. Would you believe a failed attempt at becoming a wraith in being pretty much a thrall is not very appealing?
I'm shocked, honestly.
With a natural 9. So you have insightfully fought him. So now the next shot you make should hurt pretty badly for him.
21 hit.
Nice.
Yes, it does.
Ooh, 23.
Jesus Christ. As you do another deep shot that pretty much goes through its body, leaving it very wounded. It's the point where it looks like a good few more shots of that kind of damage would take it out.
Does Rua respond?
He's just too busy, dealing with the fact that he's bleeding. As the bone claw moves over. Right. It's. Let me see distances now. No, it couldn't reach you. But it can reach these two. As it just wades over, coming into range. It brings its claw and goes for you, Aldane. Right. That's a 27.
I'm going to say that hits.
For 25 points of damage.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball.
As it basically, pretty much gets the, less sturdy parts of your armor and just tears through them like a hot knife in butter.
Ow.
And grapples you. You are now grappled. But it has a second claw that it uses to go for Rua. Also, the claw that it caught you with, Aldane, is the same one Rua got.
Lovely.
But it goes for the second one on Rua. And let me just check something. No, right. Yeah. Barely missing Rua. As he just pretty much meets the claw and extends his astral self to pretty much stop the momentum and pretty much punches it in the palm of its hand. Aldane.
Does grappling affect my ability to stab it?
No, it only affects your ability to move.
Cool. And does it take an action to make a saving throw, or can I do that with bonus action?
Good question. You would have to spend an action to escape.
Well, I'm probably better off stabbing it then.
I mean, it's an undead. It's within melee.
And I am a paladin.
Arguably, it's it's only made itself worse. Yeah, go to hit.
Fuck.
That's a
I'm gonna
miss.
use my inspiration to get the advantage there.
Of course you will. You're gonna smite as well.
Hell yeah.
Yep. So roll to hit first. The damage, sorry. 10. Right, and then your the good shit, the smite. What level?
Level 2. I got
So
a
that-
crit. I'm level 2ing this.
So that means because it's undead, that would be 48, which means as a crit that's 8d8 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Go. Give me just a hot second to get this all out. Rolling 8d8.
Ow.
33.
33 points of damage as you basically blast most of the frail bits of sinew along it into pretty much just exposed bone. As you deal, in total, 43 points of damage.
That's a spicy meatball.
And it just roars in agony as he pretty much destroyed most of the bits holding the arm. For flavor.
And I still have one more attack.
Yep, you do. Go for it.
Oh, nope, that's gonna miss.
Yes,
That was
that
worth a shot.
unfortunately
Especially
misses.
since I got a crit last time.
I mean, you more than made up for the damage.
Yeah.
And
I
now it's
use
Rue's
my...
turn.
I'm gonna use my free action real quick to tell Rua. Rua, flank it.
I'm not stupid, Aldane, but thank you anyway. So he moves to oppose the creature. And let me just check.
Does he need to be here, or is he fine here?
It's fine like that.
Okay.
So until the start of his next turn, right. So as he begins to go normal, you actually see things more clearly. You know Miru's astral self. On his right arm, on his body, you see the astral self having covered everything above the rib cage, as he pretty much is like in this very ornate looking armor, very draconic looking. On the right arm, the shoulder is like this pauldron that has the head of a Chinese dragon, or at least an Eastern dragon, like a long, and on the other arm has the head of a Western dragon. And on the actual head is another sort of dragon, but it looks sort of like a hybrid between the two. And above the head is sort of these horns. 4 horns that look like typical horns from a Western dragon, like on each sort of corner of his head, you could say. Like if you were to do a square and put a horn on each corner, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And then to the left and the right of his head, pretty much above the, in between some of the horns is then sort of Chinese dragon-looking horns. You know, it sort of splits off at the top like sort of like a Y shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then Rua brings his sword and goes for a swing. That'll hit. For 14 points of damage. And again, thank God he has advantage, because that would have not hit. But that one.
Flanking was definitely a smart idea there.
Let me just check something. Yeah, so he makes 2 quick slashes, and then sheaths the sword to then do flurry of blows. That'll hit. And that'll also just hit. Does it? Oh no, the last hit misses. That's fine, because he did what in total? That's... because he did do a good chunk of damage, and the Bone Claw did not appreciate it. Who would have guessed? Right, so he takes that much off. As he goes for the attack, he is like doing screams, but the screams are incredibly loud. To the point where they're actually beginning to almost shake the area around him. And even like the force is causing the trees to like be pushed back a bit. Not from where they are, but you know, like as if they're being blown by a fan or like wind.
Have fun dealing with another avalanche.
But I mean, it is fucking loud. Like, from where you are, Dayron, it is loud. Almost like someone's yelling in your face. Imagine how the Bone Claw and Aldane are.
Yikes.
To the point where, if you look around, you actually see several creatures moving away.
Out of
As
curiosity, do Felix or any of our group hear any of this?
I need to make sure the distance is correct, because you might just be too far away. What's that in miles? I did these calculations like this week, and I completely forgot.
We're far enough away from each other that we need miles.
Potentially.
Oh boy.
Joy of joys.
Sadly, it doesn't even reach even 1 mile in distance. So I would say you regretfully don't hear him. Also, you guys would be resting, right? While this is going on?
I mean, Felix probably wouldn't have tranced, even if everyone else had a long rest.
I'll give you then a perception check. Just generally. Not even to see, hear, or smell, it's just in general. To see if you might notice anything.
That'd be a nice old 16.
So in the distance, in the far distance, you notice some birds flying. And that's it. Nothing, you aren't sure if they've been disturbed, if they're just moving as a flock.
Or what might be disturbing them.
I mean, you've had to deal with a rock, you've seen a remahaz, you've seen mammoths, you've seen yetis, you've seen a bear that can go red and use ice weapons.
Oh no, like, Felix is not just gonna see these birds flying away and assume, oh, it must be them. He's gonna think,
I mean, give me a nature check. If you are proficient.
I am proficient.
Go for it.
Haha!
So, those birds are clearly moving away from something. They aren't moving as a flock, they're seemingly just trying to escape. And some of those birds are birds of prey.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, if we go back to the fight, Darren, it's your move.
We didn't rest, right?
No. Not that I
Cool.
know of.
Hello.
You
Do I get advantage from flanking?
Not there. You'd have to be
Where would
here. If Rue was in the corner, you could.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I'm there. Howdy. .24 hit.
Yep, and you get sneak.
I stab it for 24 points of damage.
Well, as you stab it, you basically pull it down with the weak arm that it has that's still impaling Aldane, and you pretty much are able to jab it up from its throat, going through its head, as just it begins to violently shudder, and you just see its eyes first. Acid begins to leak from them as it crumples and falls to pieces, destroyed. And
Well,
Aldane is
that's
no longer
new.
trapped.
The acid from the face is new.
Maybe it's because the weapon's reacting to its companion, colleague, whatever.
Probably.
The only problem is that as long as its master lives, this could reform within the hour.
Any ideas?
And it would
Let's
be
retreat back to the cave for now
and
to recover.
it'd be completely healed. The only thing is that it would be within a mile of its master's body, within its master. So hopefully, it strayed quite away from its master.
Yes. Let's head back to the cave and shore it up before resting.
Rua, when it attacked you, did it make any mention?
It said its master would be excited to find bodies to
Okay,
give.
so not specifically against you.
It didn't seemingly recognize me.
That's a blessing.
While I have this
Hold on.
activated, which I don't know how I did it,
Right back.
I'll try and call out to the others. I assume as you guys would be walking back, Rua just
Sorry,
starts.
the dog was barking.
It's alright.
That's fine.
Rua just starts to. He actually makes a few feet away from you, so it's not like he's basically screaming like. Because if you were up close, it'd be the equivalent of like gigantic speakers playing at max volume. Like this probably can reach a good few hundred feet in range. As he just calls out in the distance, causing more creatures to move away, and some of the area around him to shudder and shake. Felix, if you're still out monitoring the area, because while the other two are resting, you do see more animals flying away. Again, in a panic. But it looks like if you were to try and get there on foot, it would probably take a few hours.
Right.
Well, no, actually, it'd probably be like... Yeah, it'd probably be like a couple of hours or so. And that's if you want to go near that, whatever's the fuck is going on.
Well, regardless, I'm stuck until Seamus and Prody finish their long rest to recover from hypothermia.
I would say you'd probably be like only 2 or 3 hours in of the rest. And I assume you guys would have taken the necessary precautions to like properly deal with hypothermia, like having to actually take off your clothes and letting them dry.
Yeah.
So we're doing a long rest actually.
I mean, Prody would appreciate it, if only because he would have spent all of his spells and like wants to sleep. He would need the rest.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that's a bad idea. I'm just making sure before I change this stuff on my sheet back to full.
I mean, unless you want to argue otherwise.
Oh, I would not want to argue otherwise.
There you go then. And yes, on your meanwhile, with the Aldane group, the 18. You guys arrive back at the Diatrol cave. The body is still there, still dead. And yeah, all is quiet.
On the western front?
Sure, why not? Yeah. By the time you would have walked back, Rue would have already turned his astral self off.
Your stance seems to be getting stronger.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know why. It just seems like every time I'm being stabbed by stuff, I'm getting stronger. Like the
So
first
you're just
time
gonna keep stabbing you until you get stronger, is what you're telling me?
I mean, when I got
He's a
stabbed,
Saiyan.
I mean, when I got stabbed by the bone claw the first time, if I'm being honest, I did feel something similar to when I summoned the astral self the first time. Maybe if I was pushed enough, I could have awakened it there and then.
Out of character, is Rua a closet necromancer?
Why would he be a necromancer?
I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Just making a joke.
And yeah, it just says, and well, I mean, haven't stabbed myself with the moonblade. I don't know how that would work, and I don't really want to.
Probably a bad idea.
I mean, you've seen the damage it can do to people anyway. And ideally, I don't want to get stabbed if I can help it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
There's better shortcuts to getting stronger that don't involve me, potentially ruining my body.
Hmm.
Regardless, sir, we need to focus on finding the others.
Here's hoping they heard my voice.
Hopefully, but
If not, they probably might be on the other side of the mountain.
or dead.
I mean, thankfully we didn't see any of the remains in the pot that the Diatrol was cooking, so they haven't been eaten. By
That
them,
is
at
a
least.
positive.
Small victory.
But hey, there could be something else, like that bear creature that had beef with us.
Yes.
Maybe you should try a sending stone.
I mean, hey, sending stone only works with the other pair, Dylan.
I know.
Yeah, it just says, unfortunately, we don't have any means of long-range communication with the others.
Yeah, none of them have the sending spell, do they?
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
All the spellcasters are in the other group.
and,
R.I.P.
and sadly, none of us can really use magic to make signals, like a blast of energy.
Unfortunately.
I mean, I could try to use Thundering Smite and smack a tree or something.
I mean, that's not the tree's fault. But I mean, hey, how far does Thundering Smite reach in sound?
Not sure. How do I check that?
Go in your spells, Aldane. Go to the eye.
Audible within 300 feet.
So from what you could tell, Rua's sound was probably almost double the volume of Thunderous Smite.
Unfortunately, I don't think Thunderous Smite would reach quite as far as what you did, so it'd be redundant.
I mean, if you could smite a tree and destroy it, but I mean, there's a lot of trees in the area, and I
Yes, that
don't want
wouldn't
to.
really do much.
I mean, I've already probably scared off most of the wildlife in the area.
Here, let's carve a message into a few trees before heading back to the cave. Someone might have noticed the sound you made and to go towards the area where the sound came from.
And if you give me a second, I actually know how to write and draw a bit. I could carve a message.
Sounds like a good idea.
And he is going to basically carve a message with the moonblade, just because it'd be the easiest thing to like cut into a tree with.
Mm.
I'm gonna make an attack roll for him, just for like the sake of how easily does it come across. That's a 19. Yeah. So he'd spend a bit of time just making like pretty much a what would he do exactly? He would probably draw like an A, a D, and an R, and then like
RAD, rad.
no, yeah, an A, a D, and an R, and then like next to the A he would do an S, and then next to the D he would do G, and next to the R he would do an E. Hopefully, people can understand our initials.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Give me a sec.
And he would pretty much proceed to do this for the rest of the journey until you they'd get back to the cave. Meanwhile, we can go to the other group. By the way, again, I'll just ask you because I feel like Jack would probably agree. Would you want to rest?
Yes.
Long or short?
I think a long rest for now.
Rua will just keep watch then, because he, even though he's hurt, he doesn't need to have a long rest to regenerate his ki. Or at least he'll have
Alright,
a
I'm
long
back.
rest. Just asking again if you'd want to rest, and if so, what kind.
Long rest would probably be a good idea.
Rua's going to spend some hit dice and do a short rest in the meantime. Oh. One more. That actually puts him just over max.
Good.
Meanwhile, with Felix being awake,
I should also say that Felix probably took a short rest, just didn't go into full trance. So I'll just do a hit die or two. That is enough to get me back up to full, which is quite nice.
I
Alright.
love to see it. Also, +1 con. Ouch.
Yeah,
It with D6 hit dice as well.
I know.
Yikers.
I know. I'm squishy. I'm aware.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a few more hours before Prody and Seamus are awake. Actually, Dylan, can you roll a con save?
Sure.
And Prody will do so as well. Prody did very nicely. So both have seemingly at least recovered from the effects of the hypothermia. Thankfully, you are able to make a big enough flame as well with like the magics that you can do to easily dry off the clothes and like get something in you to eat as well, and like
Yeah.
it's not you're not in any immediate peril. So what did you see then on your watch, Felix?
I saw a bunch of birds like fly off as if they'd been spooked by something. Saw that happen twice, which could be a good thing or could be a bad thing. Like, it could be something like, say, like Aldane Thunder is smiting something.
Does he do that often?
I mean, he knows we're looking for. He knows we're looking for them, so he might have done it as a signal. But on the other hand, it could be something like really bad. Like it could be the Oni Bear again.
I mean, didn't it go the other direction?
It's been a while. It could have made its way over there.
What do you think, Seamus?
I'm willing to follow Felix's gut on this.
I mean, well, the only worry is that, like, if it's something else and we don't have another encounter with that bear thing to help us out, we will need to be careful.
Mm.
And unlike you guys, I don't have any projectiles.
Yeah.
Will, we gotta do something. We can't just sit here and wait.
Oh, of course. There's nothing wrong with checking it out. It's just we need to be careful. And unfortunately, I'm not the sneakiest of us.
Is it worth
Yeah.
using one of... I've only got 5 spell slots left because I didn't long rest there, but is it worth using one of them to send something to them and see if it was them?
If not, if you still can't get a message, then you can have a trance. It's only 4 hours, and then we can head
Yeah.
out regardless.
Yeah. If we need to wait a little bit longer to make sure we're fully rested, I'm totally cool with that.
We're in an area where every creature on its own seems to be a horror.
Mm.
Even the easiest thing was a giant elephant that nearly killed 2 of us.
Good times.
Was that the easiest thing? I feel like the Yetis might have been a little bit easier.
From what I know of Yetis, if they can get you with their paralyzing sight, you're completely at their mercy to maul you to death. And if the Abominable was there, not only is it harder to resist their effects, but they also hurt harder.
Well, I guess those ones were a bit of a wimp.
Or maybe we're just built different.
Built different. Needs special.
Either way, I think we should probably use the sending to just make sure that, you know, it's them and we're not walking into, say, I don't know, another rock.
If they still don't respond, either they're dead or they're in another plane of existence, and you've managed to fail the small percent chance it does take.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I feel like I remember getting the sending from Guy telling us that they were okay.
yeah.
So we know they're awake. At the moment.
Anything could have happened in between then. But
I know.
No point. Let's just message him anyway.
Yeah. Chat amongst yourselves. I'm just coming up with the message.
Chatter, 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 chatter.
So, Seamus.
So, how
when
about
you
that
keep-
weather? I'm just kidding.
What? What? Snow and more snow? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Why, I'm so glad that I was born in Cordis and not Clodnia Pole. Thank fuck I'm not with them orcs. I don't know if I'd have lasted. Apparently they're even more rude and vicious than the Bloodblades.
That would make sense. Harsh climate creates kind of a more abrasive culture personality.
If you're in an area where, again, it might not be as bad as the Forbidden Ice, I don't know. But it's still, can't exactly afford to fuck around and find out.
That is very true.
By the way, how far can your lines go from you?
Ooh, that is a good question. Let me check. Let me see.
If only just because, I feel like the others might notice golden lions. Be very hard to confuse golden lions in this climate.
Just an aside, can we see the sun right now?
Yeah. The weather is actually surprisingly clear for once.
Where exactly is
So
it in
make
relation
use of
to
it.
us?
From where you are, the So basically the cave entrance appears to be trying to think of how to word this just so I don't confuse you. Because it's getting a bit later in the day is the problem.
Yeah.
I would say the sun is pretty much like overhead.
Right.
And from what you can tell, the cave entrance is pointed north. Whether that's a case of not north, sorry. The cave entrance is pointed east. What am I on about? It's like you kind of have to look to the side to see where the sun is. It's like imagine if the cave was this way, pointed that way, the exit, and then the sun was like over this way.
Okay.
Okay, Kaido. There is no indication of how far away the figurines can be from me, but there is a time limit.
Right.
They can only be lions for about an hour. So that would probably limit the distance that they could travel more than any other kind of
I mean, you can give them
connection problems.
you can give them instructions, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, as a GM, I feel like it wouldn't be hard to be like treat them like familiars and give them complex instructions like look for the others. If you don't find them within
A half hour, come back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Way they don't get more than like a halfway point, and then they get half. Yeah.
Because like at least within half an hour, they can at least be like, if they find them, point you in the direction.
Yeah.
I'll point you to something important. That's up to you, though.
And I can send them in opposite directions too.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens when Felix does the sending.
Okay, I'm not
see
going
if there's any way we can get a location.
Yeah, I'm not going to include the bit about the sun. I feel like that's just going to confuse everyone. So I'll send it in the Roll20 chat.
Also, who are you choosing to send the message to?
Rua.
Okay.
Because he's as the soul elf, he's most likely to be awake.
Or he could be asleep. I mean, you don't know. Do you think you guys will ever come back here?
Oops, I misspelled you. Oh well.
I mean, misspellings I feel like don't appear in sending.
Yeah.
It's more like a voicemail. Okay, are you okay? We saw some birds flying away. Something was it you? We're a couple hours away from it. So, meanwhile, with River and Co, after basically, actually no, Brewer will reply while the others would be long resting. I will type it out. Just give me a quick mo. God. You know what's really bad? In my years of playing D&D, no one has ever sent a sending to me needing to respond as a player or GM. So this is all kinds of, like, weird. I've never had to be on either end in such a way where like I actually have to give you like I have to treat it like a player, really.
By the way, over our last long rest, I did equip sending, so I can also do ascending. So Felix doesn't have to use up all of his spell slots for it.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm down
'Cause
to
I can do
4
that.
slots, but I still have plenty of normal ink bottles left to refill.
Good, good.
Would have been really fucking awful if you'd lost your ink bottles in
Oh
that
no,
avalanche.
that would have been crippling. That would have been absolutely crippling. I wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Right, so we need to count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And this is what you get pretty much like after like a half minute.
Okay.
I can do it again for you.
Guys,
Yale.
his charisma's an 8.
I just want to imagine Felix just going,
We're fine, but I screamed. But yeah, that's
yeah.
what you get.
Okay, so it was likely Rua. Do we go now, or do we... Or should I
We can send
trance?
one of the lions. We can send one of the lions while you trance to just go check on the area. Oh, but it's 2 hours away from it.
It's at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
Never mind. We'll have to head in that direction ourselves.
And if we... What else have we got? I've got nothing that'll make any sort of, you know, noise that they could follow to us.
I'm gonna do some conversions actually to throw you guys a bone. So, okay, because I'm just in short bursts. I was gonna say because a line's average top running speed is 49 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, with the golden lines, I would say, you know, they could easily do that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, lines can cover 50 feet in 6 seconds.
And that's without dashing.
So that would be a case of like the lines would have to fucking book it, and that's presumably if they can go in a straight line and there's nothing impeding them.
Let's assume a few obstacles and add about.
But that's if
5.
you want to. That's if you want to use the lines now.
Uh-huh.
Because I'll say, you don't really have a time span of a week, because in that time it's very likely the dragon would come for you guys before then.
Yeah.
And that's if the Oni Bear doesn't get impatient either and searches one of you guys and then, you know, picks a fight with whichever group.
So what sort of time of day is it? Like,
So from what you can tell, it looks to be about probably with the color of the sky between the three of you guys like figuring it out. It's probably like sometime afternoon.
right, so in 6 hours it could very well be dark, or getting dark.
Yeah.
That's the issue, really. I feel like we don't want to be walking around outside in dark.
As far as you can tell, it looks probably about like about I don't know, like 1 p.m. Venari mean time. That's my made-up time zone for Cordis that they use. Venari mean time, VMT, as it were.
Again, we are actually, yeah, because it's the I'm equating real life like seasons and stuff to this fantasy world, which probably like is it the season where the nights get longer up north, or what, or is that even a thing in this world?
So, funnily enough, despite this being pretty much the northernmost part of the area,
Yeah.
well, this continent as a whole, because both land masses are counted as the continent, that doesn't seem to happen.
Okay.
And it is strange because it, you know,
So what
it
time?
should.
World's not flat.
What time does it get dark then around here?
Well, it's what? It's trying to remember what month it is.
I believe it's like September or something like that, or the September equivalent.
Yeah, and September. The seasons would be as they were equated to real life. So it'd be autumn. So, you know, it would start getting darker sooner. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we should risk having to, search for them in the dark. I think we should go now.
I concur. Unfortunately, we'll have to just stand and fight, or Seamus can use the lions then if we get ambushed, and let them
We'll
handle
hold them in
whatever's...
reserve.
I'll still be able to use cantrips, and I've got several offensive cantrips, so it should be fine on that front. But yeah, I don't want to be outside in the dark if we can avoid it. Not when the
I will
Oni Bear's
say,
still out
since-
there.
Might be a bit presumptuous of me though, but since that fight, I have actually felt a bit stronger.
Did Prody level up?
Ray?
Yes, he did, actually.
Hooray!
He is now level 6.
Oh, good.
So he's
Now he's on par with us.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. No point, putting this off for any
No
longer.
point pussyfooting around.
Okay, so, marching order. Going... up, and away. Although you could just move in like this group as you are now, going up. The area is wide enough, and like...
Yeah, let's walk in a straight line like Tombstone.
I was gonna say like most JRPGs.
Seamus, I think you should be in the middle because Felix's melee weapon is like
You're Felix.
not Seamus. Sorry, I'm tired. My brain does not work very well. My brain doesn't work very well in the best of times, let alone when I'm tired. But Felix should be at the back because Felix's melee weapon is contingent on spell slots.
Okie doke. So switch places then.
I feel like I should be near the front, if only just because if something comes
Yes.
at us.
Yes, you be
Oh,
at the
so-
front. You be at the front.
So we should
But-
do
Here.
so in a line.
Yeah.
That, and if I do need to hold anything off, you guys can run away.
Okay.
I don't think we're that cowardly.
No, but it might be a case of I'm telling you to run away.
We're not ones to run from a fight, bud.
You guys need to get this dragon piece.
But at the
If
same
you guys
time,
fail, then
at the same time, if it's tough enough that it's able to take all three of us,
the thing
you know,
is I'm in
relatively.
heavier armor as well. I'm in heavier armor, so you guys can sneak away and hide. I can't.
We're not the best at sneaking away.
You're sneakier than me. I'm in heavy armor.
I know, but
Just not our forte.
Let's keep going anyway.
yeah.
I'm gonna use the bathroom of the bathroom.
Just gonna change the mute. Do I want? No, I actually quite like the song still. So, actually, I should really take turn order away because I can still see.
Yeah, so could we.
I'm gonna say it's like, I'm keeping turn order away because it's combat. No.
No, I didn't think that. It just happened to be there.
So, actually, do you want to call a quick break? Only just because, like, I do want Darren to be here for this little bit.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do that.
Just because the idea is Rue intends to use his astral self and then scream. Or at least call out to, help.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of timings. So the end of the Bone Claw fight was about 2 to 3 hours into our long rest,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went back to the cave, which took how long? Half an hour?
I'd have said because it only took like 5-ish minutes to
Okay,
get to where
5-ish
Rue
minutes.
was,
Okay.
but Rue was deliberately trying to cut calves into trees.
Hmm.
So it would have added I would have said an extra 2 or 3 minutes. So I'd have rounded it up to just 10 minutes back. Why not?
Okay.
Because also the fight took a bit of time and
Yeah. So
I mean not terribly long, but
Hmm.
you get the point.
I'm just trying to think. So there's probably from that point there's probably only about 2-3 hours left on their long rest now that we've set off.
Probably.
So we will probably be unless we run into trouble, we will probably be getting to the area with the Bone Claw about the time.
I mean
The long
that's
rest
if
is
you
ending.
that's even if you got that's even if that's where they are. It could be another thing that's disturbing birds.
Yeah, I know, but I'm hoping. I'm being optimistic. Okay.
Nothing wrong with optimism, just temper your expectations.
Also, as much as I've enjoyed this campaign, the one thing I have missed from it is not having real dice to roll. So I've got my dice bag and have been fondling d20s pretty much the entire time.
Right.
I just thought I'd share that.
Just need to check the bestiary for a moment for Arctic creatures, unrelated to anything.
Yes, I'm sure, very unrelated.
Apropos of nothing, I just need to see what creatures live in the Arctic again. Oh yeah, I could do a Remahaz.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I'll just go through the entire galore of Arctic creatures. Just for Dylan, so he can understand, some more of the monster manual.
Oh,
Sorry.
how kind of you.
Oh yeah, I could just give you guys a Nightwalker. CR20 enemy. 40 feet walking and fly speed. You can't run away from it.
Yeah, that's
Great.
that was sort of my point to Prody, is if it's tough enough to take out all three of us, we probably can't run away from it.
No, but it'd be a case of he'd hold it back because he'd probably be the only one in melee.
Yeah, but if
But
it
you
can
guys
take
would
all
already have
three
a
of us,
start.
if it could take all three of us, how long would it really take it to solo Prody?
Yeah, but Brody's that sort of guy. If it gave you even a moment to get an extra, like, couple of seconds to find or do anything for help. I was looking at a creature called the Lost, and then it was like, oh yeah, Sorrow Sworn. The Sorrow Sworn are basically like embodiments of like fear and anxiety and shit. That then like, you know, uh, hurt people, like the Lost. God, so many good creatures that I could throw at you guys. Like another Diatroll.
Must you really?
Nah, I'd throw a Frost Salamander. Honestly, I was gonna have a Frost Salamander appear, but I thought no, I won't. Because a rock is much more engaging and fun.
It's also more. It's also more difficult just because it's light.
Yeah, I mean, I was very generous. Sadly, rocks don't have projectiles, or else they would be completely busted.
That's probably why they don't have projectiles.
Just shoot their own quills like daggers.
I'd just like to reiterate, I know I said this a lot at the end of last session, but I'd just like to reiterate, very glad I was able to Misty Step out of its claws.
Misty Step is probably like... If I had to do a tier list of spells, Misty Step would probably be an S. Or very high A. Are we all back?
Yep.
I never went away.
Dylan, are you here?
Yes.
Jack, are you here?
It has returned.
Good. So, by about the last bit of time, as it comes to the point where, like, so around the time with River and Go, as Daron and Aldane wake up, Rue just immediately tells you, Felix sent me a sending. Basically saying that he noticed some birds flying away. So it could have been that he was able to see us in the distance with that fight. I just wanted to let you guys know before I activate my astral self again and start screaming.
Do what you must.
Alright. And he spends a key point to then activate his Visage of the Astral Self as just the helmet and basically some of the armor above the ribs appear. And he just walks out and does the loudest scream he can. It's the fact that you're in a cave doesn't help because it's just funneling through into there. But you just like the cave is beginning to shake a little bit from the sheer volume.
Aldane, do you think he's getting too strong too quickly?
Hard to say, but possibly.
I'm not mad. I'm just. We should probably keep an eye on it.
Make sure he doesn't overdo things, push himself too far.
Rua proceeds to do this for the next 3 minutes. Meanwhile, Felix and Seamus,
Yup.
give me survival checks, as the area you're traversing is a bit awkward to maneuver around.
Hey!
Wow. Brody's also going to survival, because this is a group check.
I've been rolling well, and that scares me for when I stop rolling well.
Thankfully, Brody and Felix hard carried the average,
Yay.
especially in Brody's case with that crit.
I have the highest modifier too.
So it's a bit awkward for you, Seamus. You're used to more cities, I would say, and like, not tundras. To be fair, neither's Felix. But maybe, I don't know, maybe
Felix is more
in the-
adaptable.
maybe in the 100+ years he's lived, Felix would probably have gotten used to some of the mountainous bits of Tennoyama. And Brody's an orc, so he's used to a lot of like rough and tumble, even despite his more studious nature. So it's a bit awkward, but you get there in the end. And in the distance, you do hear loud screaming. It's not all one continuous noise, like Rua does take breaks.
He's
Or at
going
least-
Super Saiyan.
It's like he screams for a good solid, like, 10 seconds, takes a quick break, does it again.
Each interval is an entire episode of whatever anime we're watching.
And, like, the area in the distance that you can see is shaking, and you hear it.
I feel
You-
that.
And you see a lot of birds flying away, and even a wolf or two.
So, we're going in the right direction.
Yeah. Hopefully.
However,
Oh, no.
you do see something flying as well, towards the noise.
Uh-oh.
And it's big.
Uh-oh.
Rock.
Is it a rock?
Rock
Yes.
big. No, it's big like a rock, but it's a different shape.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't look like a bird, but it looks like something else that can fly.
A plane?
Oh, no.
And
Could I cast sending to warn Rua?
if you want to,
I mean, yes, I was thinking that.
So I'll cast sending, and my only message will be bogey inbound in the sky.
thanks for letting me know. Hurry up.
We are
Meanwhile-
trying.
Meanwhile, as Rua is screaming, Dayron,
Yes.
just gonna turn off the music. As you feel an almost, it's not a pain, but you feel a sharp sensation in your eyes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
And
no.
you hear a voice from within isolation just say, "It comes."
Aldane?
Rua, we are booking it.
I just want to find the music I want to change to.
Oh, I wish I'd trans.
I don't know why I don't know why I'm looking. There's a whole section of music called Shadowlands that has intense atmospheric music.
Oh, how I wish I'd tranced. Oh, no.
Sucks to be you, doesn't it, Mel?
By the way, did we take a long rest? I think we
Yes,
took a long rest.
we took a long rest.
Yeah,
least-
Rua deliberately stayed up to help.
At least I thought enough to refill my ink slots so I can negate some damage.
As in the distance, Felix and Seamus, you see the big creature flying down. It is
Any chance I can tell
beautiful.
what it is with like perception checks or something?
Give me perception actually, because Prody's also going to do it.
Holy fuck.
Seamus, you need to.
Jesus!
You know what? I'm gonna say you get the nat 20 because I'm nice.
Yay!
Because you guys would see it and it's fucking big and like you'd be pointing, working together. This creature is fucking massive. It is got massive wingspan. Even like the wingspan alone would be bigger than a house. It's got beautiful ivory scales along its body,
It's the ancient white.
but along the limbs of the creature, it's awfully discolored, almost like dead skin. But the claws look more intense and unnatural,
So-
like barbed and deliberately like jagged, almost as if it's healed wrong. And you see the eyes, bright, soft sky blue, and it's piercingly cold, the stare, seething rage, as if like it's being challenged and it's heeding the call.
Holy shit, it's a blue eyes white dragon!
God damn it.
And
so-
Daron and Aldane, you can hear the wing flaps from within the cave.
Mhm. Can I also just point out that 5 out of my last 7 D20 rolls have been nat 20s?
Giga Chad.
It's either a good thing or a very bad thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're using all your nat 20s up right now.
Yeah,
Felix
I
is
am.
on that. Felix woke up on that Sigma male grind set today. And yeah,
I want to kill myself.
Rua runs in, and like, as he runs in, you just hear the screams of this creature, Aldane and Daron, as it just says, "You!"
Uh-oh.
I imagine it sounds much like a T-Rex roar.
No, you hear it say, "You."
Eat.
Mm.
Can't-
Zoink, Scoob!
You can't be in this cave. The ice breath will kill us all from within.
Well, it's probably right at the entrance of the cave.
You can still hear the wing flaps. And it's still a bit distant.
Any chance I could retcon what I sent in my sending so as to send something after?
No.
We had. Oh, okay, never mind then.
Okay, so any bright ideas for how to get out of this?
We need to
No.
run and hide.
Where, though?
Anywhere that's not a fucking cave. We can talk as we run.
Alright,
Agreed.
let's get out of here.
So as you guys run out, you see from amongst the tree line, as you look above, just this big shape. It's a similar shape, Aldane, that you've seen in your dreams. Only this time it's in the air and not on the ground, pleading for its life.
Oh, lovely.
And Daron, the moment you look at it, you hear the voice from within isolation. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
We need to run. Move.
Are you dashing?
We are booking
Yeah.
it.
So thankfully, where you are, there's a good enough tree line that like the dragon would have to basically dive bomb you guys to pretty much get to you. And in fact, Seamus,
Yes.
Felix, you watch as the dragon flies straight up and then pretty much makes an about face and pretty much decides to dive bomb whatever it's looking at.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I think that's exactly where we have to head towards.
Probably.
And Prody's immediately breaking into a dash.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're running.
So, Daron, Aldane, give me dexterity saving throws
Oh, fuck me.
as the dragon dive bombs you.
Oh.
So, Aldane is the only one that passes.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Oh.
Bro, it's a fucking giant white dragon. It's gonna have a lot of surface area with which to dive bomb.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
Question: How close are they? How close are Dyron and Rua to Aldane?
Very close, I imagine.
When
So
they get
aura
that
of
boost,
protection.
then?
Oh, within 10 feet. But how much is
Yeah.
that?
Plus
By
4, I
4,
think.
my charisma modifier.
Plus 4?
So they would both make it.
Oh, they would. So you only take half the damage.
Still gonna be a lot.
Probably. I tried.
What damage? What attack do I want to consider this as? I'll do that one. So this is... Oh, it's plus 8 as well. Oh, I nearly did 2d20 in damage. That isn't right. So you all take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, which would have been 20 if you'd have failed,
Ow.
as it just dive bombs into you, smashing and destroying most of the tree line, sending you several feet away. And yeah, you are in a lot of pain.
Ow.
This hurts.
Are you all okay?
Barely.
Oh boy.
And you just hear a voice saying, "I smell you, human scum! Have you come back to take more from me?
What are you talking about?
Your voice!" And you just hear a dragon's roar. You thought Rua screaming with his astral self was loud? This is fucking blood-curdling. And Felix and Seamus, you just hear a loud scream of a roar. It's not even like animalistic, it's almost like eldritch, otherworldly.
Great. We're gonna have to fight that.
I mean, we were gonna have to fight that anyway, but yeah.
From within the tree line, you see the head of a large reptilian creature, piercing blue eyes, white scales, as it does this roar. And it shakes the area around you. And as you look above, the sky almost immediately starts to develop dark clouds swirling from above it. High above. So, just give me a second as I'm going to do a thing. Bring you there. Bring you here. Bring him there. And bring that onto here. Give me a sec. Sorry, just some behind the scenes shit.
It's fine.
As I'm going to say there, there, and there. I'm gonna bring you all onto the map. has initiative.
You're not ready for this.
No, we are not.
Nah.
What do those of us without icons on the map do?
Keep running to get onto the map.
I mean, in terms of
And
initiative.
that's not good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Alright.
Unless stated otherwise, I'm assuming you're going to be dashing to get there.
Yeah.
Would that be a correct assumption,
Mm-hmm.
Shaman? Dylan?
Yes.
Again, I'll ask. I'm assuming you're making your way as fast as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're dead sprint if we can.
Lovely. So, Daron, this creature looks ravenous. And it's staring at all three of you. And it almost looks like it doesn't know who to choose.
I think Darren just makes the gulping noise, like, oh fuck, oh fuck. Could. I will bonus action aim and fire, and I'm screaming for her. I'm just like, I can't. I'm just like trying to make myself as little a small target as possible. That's what I'm gonna do. $25.
Yeah, you manage to shoot in between some of its scales.
21 points.
It just begins to hiss. You just see cold air coming from its mouth. Like, not even, your own breath. It looks like cold air is coming out. And then minus 21, was it? Yeah. Okay, so... And it just looks to you and just says, "The eyes." The eyes. And he will let me just check. So Daron, Aldane, give me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, fuck nuggets.
You fail. Rua and Aldane pass. Daron, you thought everything else up until your point would be nowhere near as scary as this. And you'd be correct. You are staring down arguably a physical god, and it is angry. It is wrathful, and it wants to kill you and your friends. As you are now frightened.
Great.
And it just says to you, I am Ghoul Levi, ancient white dragon, and I am your doom. And it lunges forward, swings one of its claws, and goes for Aldane. Give me a sec.
Oh boy.
That's 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It deals 14 points of slashing damage as it
Ow.
just cuts through, and you basically have to instinctively like roll backwards because you feel like it would have ripped out your stomach and a lot of the flesh with it. Then it goes for a claw against wait, is it now? Against Aram. Oh no.
Crit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
"32 points of slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge.
As you just see it coming, you know it's going to hit, and just instinctively, you manage to somehow parry with the isolation as just a jet of acid springs out, managing to protect you, but you still take a lot of damage.
Okay, can't do that again.
And Aldane and Rue would both notice Darren's eyes being bright green right now. And now he goes to bite Rua
I'm panting, by the way.
as it just opens its mouth wide and snaps down. He crit Rua.
Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
fuck.
So, Rua takes 31 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Unlike before, oh no wait, he takes extra damage on top of it because it's a bite. Oh no, he takes extra damage because it's a bite.
Wait, how does a bite translate to extra damage?
Because it deals
Plus one.
cold damage on top. So, you watch as Rua is screaming inside of its mouth, and he is just in pain as it just throws him on the ground, and he basically has to use his Moonblade while it's in the sheath to hold himself up like a cane as he is on single digits.
Oh dear. Oh no.
And
Only
he
better
just-
help.
Coughs up blood, and he's shaking. Not because of the cold, but because any hit now would probably KO him.
I hope we don't kill the king of Cordis.
And Platinum Energy surrounds him as he just screams out loud enough for Daron, for Seamus and Felix to hear him. Don't you fuck with me! As he activates his astral self once again. And now the dragon has to make a dex save.
That's probably
Passes.
not a good sign, is it?
What, that you can hear him?
Well, that he's yelling that in particular.
I will say it was very shaky, despite the extra, like, voice on top of his. So I'll take the damage, which means, yeah, nothing. He doesn't take damage. The dragon. And then what he does do is he moves around, basically rolling under it to get flank. and swings his Moonblade with gusto. Just tinks off the claws, it just bats him back. He quickly readies himself and goes again.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Oh,
and,
Jesus.
And he pretty much... It's less that he attacks, and more that he just basically... The dragon comes for him, swings a claw, and he pretty much has to use the attack for flavor to not get hit.
He needs healing very badly right now.
And then he basically drops the sword for flavor and goes for a flurry of blows. That hits, dealing 9 force damage, and he's going to spend a key point to do Stunning Strike. Guess how high this dragon's con save is that he gets to roll.
Too high.
Very high.
It's physically impossible for Rua to pass.
For it to, what do you mean? For it to pass?
I mean, it's physically impossible for the dragon to fail.
Well, oh my god. It actually failed.
Haha!
No.
Oh,
The
that's-
dragon for a
that's
moment shivers and shakes and it stops moving before almost flexing, and its muscles expand for a brief moment, and it grins at Rua as it uses a legendary resistance to pass.
Damn.
Because yeah, dragons can do that. They can just choose to succeed a save.
Dragons are fucking hacks.
Well, hopefully it can only do that so many times.
And then Rua goes again, and just almost falls over pretty much, face first into the snow. Aldane.
Alright. Now, are white dragons weak to fire?
Arcana check. No fucking clue.
Shit. Oh, not gonna gamble on that and waste a spell slot.
Well, while we're talking
Divine-
about it, can I do that? Because I'm sure Felix would be thinking about this while he's running over.
Seamus as well can do it if he wants.
Well, there's my bad rolls coming back.
Brody
Yep.
can as well because he is actually proficient in Arcana.
Fucking hell.
Jesus. Oh no,
Nope.
we have no fucking
Nope.
clue. Oh.
You have no clue. All you know is that it doesn't seem to be immune to it.
Well, that's
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's go with Divine Favor. More sustain than smites. Oh, fuck me.
You go for the hit, and immediately it just spins round, and you pretty much have to, like, you nearly get knocked over just by its tail. Not even trying to hit you.
Alright,
Second
let's go
attack.
again. There we go.
You hit.
Damage
Nice.
plus a d4. Ah. Better than nothing, at least.
And that's your turn.
Yeah.
So you deal 13 damage. Not bad. If you're managing to deal double digits off one attack, you're doing pretty decent.
Especially against something like this.
As it's your turn over, give me a second. as from below, you hear and see very familiar faces. You see a very lovable painter, you see a very lovable bard, and you see a very lovable orc. As they are now on the field and get to roll initiative.
Can I use a free action real quick?
Yeah, I'd allow you to speak to him.
Just before you do that, I can't select my token.
Give me a sec. There you go. There you go, and I'll do Seamus as well.
Oh, damn.
Nice. Don't forget to click your token for initiative.
Oh, damn.
Oh, spicy. Oh, poor.
So I'm going to
Poor
say
Brody.
Prody goes
Poor Brody.
first, because it's the end of Aldane's turn.
Okay.
I use my free action right as my turn is ending to say, Rua's hurt bad. Heal him, please.
You see the blood, you see the snow around Rua from around here, and tracing around. Is very red.
Well, not much I can do
And he's-
other than hooking a potion at him, but, you know.
Prody runs over. What does he do?
I think Brody has a healing spell. Or is
No,
that...
he doesn't.
Oh,
He
she
doesn't
doesn't.
have.
No. Seamus is a healer.
He dashes. And that's just his turn. He can't do anything else, sadly. Seamus.
Alright. Give me a sec to see how far away I am from...
You're about
Rua.
65 feet. 60 feet from
Okay,
Rua,
so I need to
probably.
move...
Yeah.
Oh, exactly 60 feet. Okay, so I'm going to use Healing Word from there.
Okay.
Give me a sec to cast it.
Oh,
Oh gosh, are you kidding me?
Oh, that's so
Thank
cruel.
God
I mean,
He
you
looks
got...
better, but he's still in a lot of pain.
I mean, you got max on the first D4, but a 1 on the second D4.
So that's your
Yeah.
that's your bonus action. What you're doing as an action. You're gonna insult the dragon, viciously mock it.
Well, would I be able to do Eldritch Blast, or does that count as a second cast?
Eldritch
It's a
Blast-
cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, so you can use that.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna...
That tree would be tall enough to give you, like, half cover at best.
Okay. I'm just thinking that's a better angle to be at. So I'm gonna head right over here.
Cover does have its uses, though. You could
And-
easily, like, go here and then shoot above it. Like, over.
Well, I only have 30 feet of movement, so that's as far as I can go.
Yeah, fair.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and Eldritch Blast. Does a 14 hit?
It doesn't even notice you.
Oh, wow.
Do I get another blast?
Yes.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
That one probably hits.
You shoot it, and you think you're about to shoot it in the eye, but it just blinks, and in the time it blinks, it hits the eyelid, and when it opens its eye, nothing happens.
Oh, what the hell is this thing's AC?
Apparently it's higher than 19.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Alright, I guess that's my turn then.
Felix.
Okay, so 30 feet is about there. Just move myself over there. Means I can zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to cast Slow on it.
Wisdom save, right?
Yep. DC 16.
Alright. Okay. So. Thankfully, wisdom saves are its worst save,
Sort of what I was hoping.
which is faint praise when it has a plus to it anyway.
I'll take what I can get.
What's the DC?
16.
So, as it looks like it's ready to go again, you all notice the dragon's moving a lot more sluggishly. Seemingly failed the save.
Seemingly failed. I don't like that wording.
Well, I mean, yeah, it has failed.
Okay, good.
Like,
Oh. Hooray.
or it would have,
Oh.
but again, it just flexes its body,
How many times can it do that?
uses a legendary resistance.
This is so fucked up. And we just started. It's done more damage to us than we've done to it
Give
combined.
me, Felix, give me an Arcana check. I'll give you this one for free because I'm nice.
16.
So you know dragons can choose to resist effects, but they can only do it a few times a day.
Oh, if
So
only
it's already
that had
done it
been
twice
higher.
then.
If only that
You
had
don't
been
know
higher.
if the check was a bit higher, you would know the exact amount of
I
times.
know.
would say.
If only it had been a bit higher.
So
But you
just
can
keep
le-
hitting it until it can't do it anymore.
But you can at least share that information with the party.
Mm-hmm. Which I do.
Yep. So, Daron.
I'm frightened.
Yeah, you are. Thank you for establishing that. You can repeat the save at the end of your turn, but you can still attack it now. You'd have a normal hit because you have flank.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't get. I still wouldn't get sneak attack.
You won't get sneak attack regardless. So, move away and it provokes.
Well, I can disengage.
Yeah, you can, if you want.
Which I'm going to do.
So, as you run away...
I disengage.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, it's fine.
And then as I just, as an action, I would like to apply poison to my crossbow.
Go for it. I'd allow that for free.
I was gonna try to make it so that I used my poison on isolate, just rubbed isolation in the poison.
I mean, if you want to do that instead, one or the other, crossbow or the weapon, sword.
The sword.
Alright, you've done that. That's the end of
And
your
that's-
turn, right?
Yep, and I'm the wisdom save.
So seeing that, the dragon stomps the ground and just says, "Don't you dare run!" And Aldane, the dragon goes to swing its tail at you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, the save. Lucky you, Daron, you pass. You're now immune to its effect for the next 24 hours.
There you go.
So how much damage do I take
Yeah,
from the damn
the
thing's
dragon-
tail?
The dragon uses a legendary action. So it makes a tail attack. Okay then. That's a 23.
That'll hit.
I'm just doing the calculations. You take 15 bludgeoning damage,
Ow.
and you must make a Constitution saving throw to keep your concentration.
I think that passes.
You do. You keep Divine Favor.
Yay.
The Ghoul Levi, seeing a new contender on the block, goes to make a claw attack at him. However, you notice as the dragon begins to rear its hand up, its claws go blue for a second. and it swings with increased ferocity as it gets to attack at advantage.
Why?
It's an effect it has.
Oh.
So Prody would either be taking a 20, non-natural, or a 24. Both of them will hit. What's the damage on the clowns? Oh yeah, it's that much. Prody takes 15 points of slashing damage. As he just gets sliced. The dragon then turns around and goes to slash at you, Aldane, with advantage.
Oh boy.
You're so lucky. It rolled a nat 19.
Oh
Still hits, but yeah.
nope. Nope.
For 20 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I get exactly 20 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
You pass again with another 21. And now he opens his mouth and goes to bite Rua.
Fucking hell.
And surprise, surprise. Wait, no, I'm a dickhead. No, it doesn't have advantage on its second attack. It has advantage on all of one. So ignore that, Aldane. You get 20 HP back. Because he focuses all of his attacks on Prody instead.
Oh, so I don't lose those 20 HP, thank goodness.
Yeah, ignore that. I misread my own ability I gave it. Actually misses Prody on the claws. The second claw. And then goes to bite Prody. That's 23. He's gonna get bit. For how much though? The damage is that much. Wow, Prody only took a very low amount. He only took
100 points of damage.
wait. He only takes 13 points of damage.
I'm pretty sure 100 points of damage would instant kill most of the party.
And then the cold damage from the bite is how much is it again? It is that much. 10 points of cold damage. Before he's then thrown to the ground in pain. Looking very worse for wear. But you notice, as it does so, it starts panting and breathing heavily. Every attack now has advantage on it. That includes projectiles.
Hooray.
Now it's Rua's turn. And he just says to it, "Don't forget about me, you fuck!" As he goes for the slash. Hits. Goes for the other slash. Also hits.
Dang.
And then is going to go for... he's actually not going to bonus action attack. He's instead going to use patient defense. As a bonus action, he gets to use the dodge action, which means every attack against him has disadvantage. Aldane, you have advantage on every attack against this now.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I still have my divine favor, fortunately.
Yep, you do. That hits.
slashing plus 4, so that's 9. Oh, nope, that's not going to hit.
Yep. Unfortunately, even in its tired state, it manages to shove you away.
Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action to lay on hands on myself.
You can't. It's an action.
Damn it. Alright, I'm going to use a bonus action to chug a healing potion.
Okay.
See, how much does a healing potion net me?
CD4
2d4 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, while that's going on, it's Prody's turn. Prody's going to action surge. So now he has advantage on all these attacks. Misses, unfortunately. Misses, unfortunately.
Damn.
Misses, unfortunately.
God damn.
Oh my god. Every single attack as he slashes wildly, the dragon just shoves him back each time before he can get any further.
So yeah, the AC on that dragon is probably about 20 or so.
And he also, I forgot, will second wind as a bonus action. So now he gets to roll a d10 plus 6. One d10 plus 6. 8.
That's a kind of a crap roll. Holy crap.
He does look much healthier than before, though. And now it's Seamus. All your attacks have advantage.
Do they now?
And any attack on it has advantage until its next turn.
I think I'm gonna summon the lions, or should I do shatter or something? What do you guys think?
I mean, Shatter doesn't help
Yeah.
with advantage.
Oh, that's true. That's an action. Is summoning the lions, is that an action or a bonus action?
Bro, it's your item, you should know.
That's true, I should know. I think it's an action.
Use an
I'm
action,
looking-
repeat the command word and throw the creature. Yeah, it's an action.
Yeah. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw the lions. I'm allowed to throw them up to 60 feet away from myself. So if I'm doing measurements, I can throw one right there. And then the other one, like, right here.
Yeah, you could.
So, like, on either side of the dragon right there.
Yeah, so bring
So
him out.
we're like quadruple, quintuple flanked.
Yeah.
And how do I do the token thing? Do I have to drag it on?
Yeah, if you drag it on.
Oh, hey, there we go. Got it to work. Awesome.
Nice.
I remember last time I couldn't get it to do it.
Well, it's done it now, and you want it like
Yeah.
there and like here, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let me just check some cars.
Yeah, how many... When does it become overwhelmed?
One more person.
Oh, good. I'm coming.
I was
How
gonna say.
loud-
I was gonna say.
How loud
Darren,
are they coming?
Darren,
Uh,
do you want to take the take the hit on this one?
So, give me a sec.
I'm
gonna
coming.
Oh lord, they coming.
Add to... Oh, no, it's fine. I was going to say, I'd be giving them 21 anyway, because they'd be acting after you. Perfect that you rolled
Oh
it.
wow,
though.
that actually it worked out great.
That looks great.
So that's your action. You can anything with your bonus action.
How's Rua looking right now? Is he
Very
looking a little bit?
injured.
All right, I'm gonna
Still-
cast. I'm gonna
He's-
cast another healing word on him. I think
Yeah.
this time just at second level. I think. Yeah. Let me get this going. There
10,
we go.
10 HP is pretty good. He is standing more upright now. You're going to move? Because you can actually move into cover.
Yeah, I think I'll move into cover. Is that? Wait, no, that's probably cover right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's half
Okay.
cover. So you have +2 to your AC and +2 to deck saves.
Yay!
The only way you'd get total or 3/4 cover is if you made yourself prone, but getting prone means any attack you do has disadvantage.
Yeah. And now it's the lion's turn, right?
Yep, they get attacks with advantage.
Oh, I pulled up the wrong character sheet. So, first things first. That doesn't hit.
Misses.
Now the other lion.
Mm-hmm.
That
Hits.
does. Oh, that hits. Yay! Got one of them to hit.
Be right back. I think someone's calling me. Won't be long.
All right, just take a quick step away.
So am I the only one who has less than high hopes? Given how much damage it's already done. Am I also the only one here?
No, you're not. But I don't have doubts. I know we can do it. I managed to
Oh,
hit
I
it with
have
one of my
doubts. I have
lions,
all-
and
I have so many doubts.
if I can hit it with one of my lions, any of us can hit it. Come on now.
So many doubts.
Many, many doubts.
Don't worry, guys. Mufasa and Simba will save the day. You know, well, Kaido is gone. I'm gonna go do some drugs.
That sure was a sentence.
I have returned.
Dylan just left to go do some drugs.
Never mind. No, that's all good. I wasn't even out the door yet.
So yeah, it bites into the dead-looking-ish claw from the one of the arms as it just screeches a bit. Felix.
Firebolt it.
You have
Got
advantage?
yeah.
That hits.
12 fire damage.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
Ooh, nice.
I'm also going to
You
take
are-
take the opportunity to move and get myself half cover.
Alright, so it screeches as you basically blast the wound that the lion just bit into.
Cool.
Dairon, it is your turn.
Which way is the dragon facing?
At the moment, this way, because the lion and this boy just blasted it with fire.
Oh.
You okay, Brody?
No.
There.
Fuck.
That hits, and you do have sneak attack.
And it has poison on it.
Mm-hmm.
So 22 points of damage.
What's the poison? Oh, I'm guessing there's no sneak attack on the poison.
Right, it's just the 4.
But you got max damage, and that's not all the damage that you do, as the weapon actually begins to seep out acid. So roll the extra damage dice you would if you would have crit.
Another 4.
Yes, as the weapon seeps acid into the wound.
So that's 30 damage total.
30 damage total. A very nice and easy round number to go down to.
And I have my offhand attack because I didn't dash.
Yeah,
25
that hits.
and 35.
So as you slash the dragon, you try and pull isolation from it, and it's not coming out.
Ah, shit.
And you watch some of the dead flesh is almost trying to form around the blade. And you are effectively stuck there unless you choose to let go of isolation.
Will let me let go?
Well, it's his turn now. Well, funny thing, it's the end of its turn. It's the end of your turn, and it uses another legendary action. As you watch its wings lift up,
Oh, fuck
and
me.
it just beats its wings. Everyone who isn't, Felix and Seamus have to make dex saves. That includes the lions.
Woohoo!
Oh, great.
Do 2 rolls each for each lion. 1 roll for each lion, sorry.
Alright, let me do mine first, real quick. Please
Oh,
tell
fuck me.
Yes.
I don't get advantage on that,
Are
do
you
I?
using your stats or using the lion stats?
Well, that was me.
Well, yeah, you don't need to, it's the lions.
Oh, okay.
Can
Well,
I
I'm just
borrow
gonna...
your roll,
basically-
please?
Basically, anyone who's, within melee range of the dragon has to roll.
Is there any way I can use my modifier to help them, or no?
It doesn't work like that.
Alright.
One
You
of
are-
them is in range of me, but get-
Yeah.
So, that's that. Now, Prody has to make a dex save.
Not
Just
bad.
wasted a nat 20.
Rua has to make a dex save.
Good.
So, yeah, one of the lions actually gets the bonus. So I'm going to say it's the one that got the 15,
Mm-hmm.
just so it passes. Otherwise, the other lion would... Otherwise, the 11 would fail. Because the DC was 18.
Oh, thank God.
So,
Oh my
so
God. thank you,
Aldean was
Jesus.
knocked flat on his ass.
you say that. Everyone who fails is knocked prone. So Aldane is knocked prone. There you go. And and now I have to roll the damage. Oh, it's not too much. It's only 19 damage. 19 bludgeoning damage.
How much for everyone who's passed?
That's the max. So half 19. Which is 9.
So 19 damage if they failed, 9 damage if they didn't.
If they succeeded. And then, as it does so, the dragon lifts off from the ground.
Uh-oh.
As it moves up to half its flight speed, which is 40 feet in the air.
Oh no.
And now it's his turn.
Oh no.
And it begins to inhale deep.
Oh, great. Here we go.
You actually see cold vapors swarm, forming around its mouth. And everyone immediately below it, these lovely people, the air's almost quite thin in its mouth. And its claws begin to glow a violent blue colour. As it is about to do its cold breath.
Am I still attached to it?
Yeah, you're on it. Unless you want to let go.
Nope, I'm on it. I'm riding this dragon.
You're holding on to it. Alright then. It begins to hold in its breath, and is ready to do an ice breath.
Mm.
However, Dayron, the sun is blotted out for you for a brief moment.
Isolation, this isn't a joke. This isn't the time.
Do you look up to see what's blotted out the sun above?
Sure, I just do a quick glance up.
Well, Felix and Seamus can see it as well.
Okay.
Oh yay!
Give me a second. Give me a second. You're gonna love this.
Oh no. Oh.
I don't like
Hello,
it when you say
Oniva.
this. When you say you're gonna love this,
From
it
the
makes me
top
think you're
rope,
not gonna love
the
this.
Oni bear comes down.
I was going to say,
Randy Orton in a place we've never seen him before. Look out!
With the amount of times
Sorry,
you've
I had to do
with
that.
the steel chair.
with the amount of times you've seen this creature in the air, you'd swear it would have fucking wings. I'm gonna put it on initiative for the sake of just
Mm-hmm.
It's actually got a better initiative than Aldane, so it would go before him,
Naturally.
as it has 16 to its dex. But for now, it's interrupting the fight, and is going to basically get a turn off as it just, well, one hit, as it punches the dragon. And hits! Dealing 13 bludgeoning damage. As the dragon just looks incredibly bewildered. Oh, I nearly took off that. And now, the dragon has to make a save to not immediately fall to the ground. Oh, this is fun.
Oh, I bet.
For you, maybe.
No, this is probably a good thing for us.
The dragon actually fails.
Yay.
Oh boy.
And is about to fall to the ground, but it burns its last legendary resistance and just flexes its body.
Last A.
And it keeps in the air. And the creature just roars and grins at you, Dayron. This blue and white creature. As it's effectively failed to use its turn. Now it's Rua's turn. And what will Rua do? Well, there's very little he can do because he has no projectiles. Unless... He actually just looks at Aldane and just says, "Should we run?"
No.
Okay, I have an idea. And... oh wait, he can't. He doesn't have an idea. He already used his ability and he hasn't tranced. Alright then. I do have an idea, but it's very different to what he was going to do initially. So, he thrusts out his hand, and in a 20-foot cube, he's going to cast Fairy Fire on it. Thankfully, this does not catch Dayron. Now, the dex save is only that much. Oh my god, he got a nat 12. The dragon is now fairy fired. Every attack in it has advantage. Here you go, this is what it does. So it begins to glow in this like platinum coloured flakes. So yeah. And then with that done, Brewer's just gonna say, I can't hit a range, I need to be out of here. And how far can he go? He can go 50 feet, so he's gonna actually move over to the tree and just take cover.
Thank you, Rua. We'll take it from here.
So now the bear has advantage in every attack against this,
Oh boy.
as he point blank just unleashes its icy breath on the dragon, which does nothing because ancient white dragons are immune to ice. But what it does do is it encases both its limbs in blades of ice.
Ah, I think Dyer just like very nonchalantly goes, "Oh, that's how that
And-
works." Just like almost deadpan.
As you notice, Daron, it actually puts its hands in the way of the blast at the very end and begins to almost move its hands in the shape of what it wants. So it didn't really do much of its turn, but now it can attack more later. Aldane, you are prone, and it is 40 feet in the air.
Alright. I use some of my movement to get up to my feet, and I believe I have javelins on hand.
Should do.
Not
I
quite
do
as...
I do believe, though, dueling doesn't work, and neither
No,
does
dueling-
divine favor.
No, they do not.
So we are no longer. Yep. So you throwing your javelins?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw, I believe I still can throw 2 because of extra attack.
You can.
Does a 19 hit?
Sadly, no.
Fuck. That doesn't hit either.
Unfortunately, not. As they just fall to the ground, but this means you can move to pick them up and use them again.
Yes. I'll just walk over, pick them up, move back.
Prody actually runs over to you and says, "Do you mind if I use some?"
Sure, I give him half my spears. I believe I have 4. I believe I have 8 total, so he can have half.
You will use 2 of the javelins.
Oh, real
And-
quick, I'm gonna use my bonus action to drop Divine Favor and instead cast.
Well, it's for free to drop concentration.
Okay, so I'll cast Shield of Faith on myself instead.
Yep, you are now shielded with faith. As Prody begins to make a toss with advantage. And he is proficient with these,
That's good.
so he has +7 to hit. Fails as they fall to the ground again, and with the second one, hits!
Yeah.
What's the damage for a javelin, Jack?
It's 1d6 plus 3 piercing.
Wait, why is it free? Oh, because your
Oh, let
strength
me-
is 16, isn't it?
Yeah, my strength is 16.
Yeah, Prody gets a +4 to this because he is actually physically stronger than you.
Okay, so it's 1d6 plus 4.
Max damage.
Yay.
Nice.
Nice.
As it just pierces its underbelly, probably the only soft part of it. And it just screams as blood drips down to below. Lions? Oh no, it's Seamus.
Yes.
You do have Eldritch Blast.
I do have Eldritch Blast. You know what I also have? I mean, is it airborne right now still?
It
Yeah,
is airborne.
It's 40 feet in the air.
Yeah. Let's see.
So you're
Yeah, I wouldn't
about
be able to do
50
that.
feet away from it.
Not what I was looking at. Let's try.
You're about 67 feet away from it. Taking into
Idea.
account Pythagoras,
Idea.
which
Mhm.
I did still have open, I should point out.
I would need to move closer to people, but I can cast haste on someone. Probably only Dairon.
Dairon is up in the
Should
air
I-
right now. Keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, Darren
Never
is.
mind. You know what? Let's just keep it simple and do Eldritch Blast. I don't care.
Oh,
Ooh!
damn.
Oh!
Ooh, that's a spicy hit.
Wait, no, wait.
you
Didn't mean
did-
to do that. Sorry. I didn't do that. I didn't do
Oh. That's a
Aw.
shame.
This deals 7 damage, which is, not bad.
Ah. I don't happen to have advantage, do I?
You do have
Even
advantage,
then, I
but
don't
it's
think
still
that would
not
hit.
enough.
It still wouldn't work.
Yeah. Doesn't. At least I hit him with one of them.
Yeah.
Does it have fairy fire?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
The lion can't really do much, neither of them can they?
Unless
yeah, I
they
don't
can
think they have,
jump
I
40
don't think
feet
they
in
have
the air.
If they aren't doing anything, they would make the dodge action, so any attack against them has disadvantage.
Yeah, they can jump. It looks like 20 feet up in the air, but
I
it's
see.
not enough.
Yeah, and they can't jump on each other as like a footstool. Felix.
I'm gonna cast slow again.
Okay. What's the DC again?
16.
16, it's wisdom, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's an 18 it rolled.
Darn.
Sorry about that, mate.
No, it's fine. I can keep trying. 2 more times.
That's your turn, right?
Yep.
Daron, you are in the air. Isolation is slowly almost being consumed by this. And you watch as one of the eyes almost begins to have a slight greenish tint to it.
The dragons or
The dragons, yeah.
can I use my action to pull isolation out?
That would be a strength check. You pass. But now you've pulled it out. You're falling.
How high am I?
You're 40 feet in the air. So, you take 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet you fall.
Okay. Any a height of from this height I would die.
That would be 4d6.
Could he make a save or an acrobatics check to lessen the fall damage?
There's nothing really to do that with, is the problem. And also, Darren would have had to basically push himself off and pretty much be on their back is the issue. At least in terms of how I would envision it. Because Darren would need a lot of leverage to pull this out. But, I will say though, that will technically count as an attack, so you aren't allowed to hit it.
Does this have sneak?
Yeah, and you do have advantage. No dice, unfortunately. So,
Can I throw a dagger at it?
I'll allow it, only because I'm nice. Doesn't hit anyway.
Darn.
So now there's a dagger falling above you. You're in luck. You take 9 damage from falling. So you take 9 falling damage, and now there's a dagger falling above you. Oh, I would say that, but I'm not that cruel, so you don't have to do anything. It just falls by your feet.
Laugh if he
The
accidentally
just starts
chucked.
coughing up blood.
And as you do that, you do notice the green in its eye is fading away already.
But I would laugh if
It was absorbing isolation.
I would laugh if Darren chucked the dagger over the dragon and Aldane and Brody had to dodge a dagger.
Ah, it's just dodge. Or not just kill. No, it just falls wide and just kills Seamus's lion.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Actually, sneak attack would have downed Brody. He's only at 13 HP. So the dragon looks to you all and just sees the fucking creature on its back. I say bear because it's the closest shape you can recognize to a creature. But yeah, it looks around and just like begins to roar. And as it roars, the stormy clouds above. The thing is, you're seeing these black clouds above, but there's no lightning or storm coming from them. But the size of the clouds are increasing. Just as a note. And let me... Oh no, you're not at that bit yet. So the dragon actually does a flip to try and throw the creature, the bear off it. Now it needs to make a strength save to not fall. Fails and actually lands. So it has to take 4 damage. Taking 14 bludgeoning damage. Or at least fall damage,
Mm-hmm.
And it just lands prone as well. Because I forgot as well, Darren would have been prone from falling.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the dragon just looks at you all and says, I will not lose! And he is going to actually dive bomb again.
Oh, great.
So the
Dex saves.
lions, Frody, Aldane, and Daron need to make dex saves. The bear has disadvantage because he's prone.
I assume Darren has disadvantage because they are also prone.
Darren already had their turn, so they would have been allowed to stand up.
Alright.
The bear fails with a nat 2. +4. The DC was 17.
Oh.
So
Brody just
Frody-
barely makes it.
Yeah, he takes half damage.
If it's more than 12, I'm down.
Can you not half it?
No, he's saying if the damage is more than 12.
What I'm saying is, can't Darren use Uncanny Dodge?
Oh yeah, I guess I can, so I can just...
So you can
Right.
half it. You can make it a quarter of the damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
But if it's 24 damage, then I'm down.
you can stack Uncanny Dodge and a dex save pass. Or fail
Oh.
eventually when rogues get evasion.
Yeah.
That is 20 damage if you fail.
Well, both of my lions are dead.
So they are gone.
Oh boy, I have been
Oh.
magic pixeled.
Half of 20 is 10. Crody is now at 3 HP. And now the bear, having taken 20 damage, goes into a rage. And he's not happy as the dragon is basically stood on its body and it is thrashing. But it's Rua's turn. and the dragon is still fairy fired, but now it's in melee range. So Rua runs in and just says sorry for having moved away as he goes for his attacks. That hit. 16. Again. That hits. 13. And then he's just going to go all or nothing and do flurry of blows. That misses. That also misses as he just then tries kicking at it to no avail. But that is 29 points of damage. Again, this is why Rua will very likely not get anything weapon-wise for ages or ever. He doesn't need any more toys. Oh, this is nice. So, that is that much. The dragon is looking very haggard as Rua begins to cut along the, I guess you could say, fake flesh from the claws it has. And he is, like, panting in tiredness. I imagine most of the people are, apart from these two.
Yeah. I have taken 8 damage.
I am at 1 health. Literally 1 health.
So...
Again,
Hey,
I
Dylan,
loved...
you have healing word, right?
Yeah.
Quick question. How
Yeah,
does the-
but I can only use it once per turn.
How does the dragon look?
So, the bear actually digs its blades into the ground and flicks them out, shooting them like icy shrapnel. So now he gets to make 2 hits with advantage. That's 26. For the cold damage doesn't affect it, but still the ice piercing shrapnel hurts. For 9 damage. And second hit also hits for 20 points of damage. So, as the dragon is sliced apart by these icicle spears, something happens. As all of you see the flesh on its arms begin to glow an ominous blue. And it begins to shudder violently.
Is this the dragon or the Oni bear?
Dragon.
Dragon.
Oh boy.
And it begins to scream. Not a roar, an actual scream. And you watch as the flesh begins to almost bulge, as if the flesh is trying to break out from under the scales. And as it does, everyone around within... Actually, let me do an aura, because I need to check how far this will reach. I need to make sure I'm doing this correctly. See? You see that, right?
Yep. Just outside of it.
So,
Fuck.
Oh.
now I need to get the now I need to drag the right asset onto the map. It's a word you probably didn't expect to hear. Don't tell me I've lost it. No, 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 no. It's fine. I can copy paste it. I forgot. Huzzah! Thank God I didn't delete this map. Copy. Go back on here. To the map. Paste. Need to make it even bigger.
I think I know what this is.
Even bigger.
And it's not good news for 4 of you.
Even bigger. Guys,
What?
we need
I'm
to
down,
go
so.
even bigger.
I don't know if I can tank this.
Oh, no, that's not even big enough. This is probably going to clear the entire fucking map in terms of how far I can stretch this. Here we go, that's fine. So I'm going to take that aura off, because that was more just a rough guesstimate of how big I didn't want it to get. As
Oh,
the floor begins to give way,
yeah. There we go.
as a black abyss opens up in the floor,
Well, better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought you guys were
Taking-
going to have to go swimming.
taking the dragon, the Oni bear, Rua, Aldane, Prody, and Daron into the depths. And that's where I'm calling the session.
Oh.
Fuck.
It's doing the thing we have to do. Oh God.
I mean, the only
with
reason
that,
the only reason I have survived is because I've stayed out of range of it.
And as the floor gives way as well, Felix, not that. Oh my god, is it on the wrong layer? Yeah, it is. Fucking hell. So, I was going to say, this tree branch, this tree, because I can't access it because of layering,
Yeah.
that would have fallen into the abyss as well.
Right.
Just straight down. But yeah, that's the end of the sesh. Hope you guys had fun.
Ah, that was a good session. If
Yeah.
a bit harrowing. We probably should have run, but you know.
I mean, it's so much faster than us.
It probably would not have worked.
Yeah.
Especially when it wasn't caring about dive bombing through trees, which did hurt itself, mind you.
By the way, how was it looking before the fall?
What do you mean, before it just fell then? Or like,
Yeah, well, how is it faring?
pretty dang injured. If you want, anyone who wants to can give me a nature check. I'll allow it for free.
Only if you're proficient, correct?
No?
Okay. I expected as much.
Again, who needs... Oh, Dylan, do you want to make a nature check?
Yes, let me do that real quick. Not very good.
So, Daron, as you're falling, you notice it was probably at half its strength as you are falling now.
It's only half strong. God damn it!
So
Yeah,
it looks
there's
like
no way we could take a full power action fight.
you're only halfway there to have killed it.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa.
But yeah, so Seamus and Felix get to watch as their friends are like falling into this abyss.
Geronimo moment.
Don't worry, they're gonna come after us, right? Right?
No, I think we'll have a picnic up here.
I might just trance, you know, stick around for 4 hours and then have all my spell slots back.
That's probably a good idea because I'm starting to run low on spell slots.
Well, that can be something for the next sesh.
No, we're not actually going to do that. So yeah, so that is the end of the stream as well. In terms of future streams, Tuesday is Mass Effect. Thursday might be third book of the Stormlight Archives. We are still trying to figure that one out. Saturday is the mid-season check-in for the summer anime season, and Sunday we should get the follow-up to this cliffhanger of an ending.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, in terms of cliffhanging for Felix and Seamus. as always, please give us a follow on Twitch and Twitter, and a subscribe on YouTube, where all the archives are going up. One of these days, I will also try and start putting things into playlists for easier use, but I have to try and figure that out properly. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Later.